Today, the deck gets completely finished if the rain holds off. This is what happens when you have 3 kids and you try to get something done at your house. Your truck looks like this at the end of the day. Because you're working, they're all running around, and your wife is like, come on, give me a hand, they're nuts. So I just throw everything in as quick as I can and shut the lid so I can go help. So this is what I'm starting with. Let's build some stairs. All right, here's how I figure out steps. I run a long level along the deck and I measure down to the ground. And that height is my overall height. And here's the math. So it's 23.5 overall height. I divide that by 7, which is my desired riser height. I'm kind of aiming for, I've always thought of it as like 7-11, like the convenience store. That's how I remember it. So you kind of want a 7-inch rise and a 11-inch depth of tread. So divide it by 7, that gives me 3.35. I take the whole number. If it's really close to the next whole number, so say this was like 3.9, I might try it with 4, but because it's 3.35, I take the whole number and I divide this, my overall height, by the whole number, which is 3, and that gives me 7.83, which is 7 3/16. And that'll be my riser height for each of them. All right, so then you take that measurement, that 7 13/16, you find it on the edge of your framing square, and then you take your desired depth of tread, which will be 10 3/4, because that is 2 deck boards plus the riser, and then there'll be an inch overhang. And that kind of runs along here like so, and that gives you your stairs. And that's my wife being a goof. Sucks when getting rained on here, but such is life. We can get this done. So I have a level line across here that I'm lining all of them up with, and I'm just tacking them in with a screw, and then I'm going to put blocking all in between them. And so I line this stringer up with the inside of this post so that when I mount a post on the outside for my handrail, that my handrails will line up coming down. So now I'm going to put blocks in between each one of these. I have them equally divided. 13, 13, 13. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm adding reinforcement blocking this way. These are 2x10s tall, so that should add strength up and down as well. But another reason I'm doing it is because I'm going to be doing a border around my steps, so I need nailing at the edges as well. So that's why I'm doing it. Alrighty, so my stair framing is all complete. I got all the flashing tape on to protect it, and I'm going to start doing all the border. It is starting to rain, so I'm getting all wet. Hopefully it passes soon. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. Not gonna lie, kind of wondering when I call it. It's been raining for like 40 minutes. That's some serious thunder. This kind of sucks. honestly. But if I quit, I don't know when I'll be able to finish these. It'll probably be a few days before I have steps into the back of my house. So I keep plugging away at it. Well, that was unproductive. I got rained out and I'm soaked. I will have to finish on Saturday, I guess. Alright, I'm finally getting back to work on my back step. It's been a long time. It's rained a lot this past week, so it's been a week since I've worked on it. I've had other projects with other contractors. So I'm gonna finish up the steps where I left off here and finish up the handrail. Repping Toronto Maple Leafs hat. Go Leafs go. This is where I left off. I put some scrap plywood on there just so my family could go in and out for the time being. I'm gonna take these off, finish up the steps, work on the handrail. All right, one step down and one more to go. Then I can start on the handrail. Here's how I like to do my handrails. I take a framing square and I run it across the nosings, and that gives me my height of handrail. And so from that, I'll run the piece that holds my pickets up against this. I'll trace the back, and that gives me a perfect cut for that. These posts will get cut off at this line, and I'll run my handrail on top. All right, I have my pieces in to hold my pickets, and I transfer that line onto the post. I'm gonna cut that with a circular saw, and then my handrail will ride on top of that. And then I will elevate this handrail just a little bit, so I'll have a little bit of a flat spot, and then that handrail will come across the wall over here. This side is all ready for pickets. As you can see, I spaced that up by just putting a piece of 4x4 under it so it's consistent. I know my deck was level because I built it, so it was easy to just cut that at 36 inches and make a 36-inch piece there that my handrail sat on top of. All right, I got one side done, all the pickets on. I'm working on the other side. I'm keeping a 4-inch space. I just use a spacer block, I center it, and then just work off the center towards the edge. So I have that side to finish, and then both the little stair sets as well. And then the deck is completed. What do you think, Marley? What do you think it looks like? It's good? Yeah? You helping me? Got some helpers. Thank you.